You and I live at a turning point.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin. The President of the United States.
The American people felt they could simply ignore the expanding power of a totalitarian ideology. Looking back now, we must admit that the warning signs were there. You and I live at a turning point.
Autocracy or democracy. Autocracy or democracy. Choose your own ideology. It's all for one or all for we. Who do we wanna be?
Who do we wanna be? Who do we wanna be?
Good and decent people must never remain silent and inactive in times of moral crisis. Our founding fathers believed in certain self-evident truths. But for truth to prevail, we must have the courage to proclaim it. Tonight, let us pledge that we will never shut our eyes, never refuse to acknowledge the truth, no matter how unpleasant.
Autocracy. It's all for me. Power by monopoly. Join my cult of personality. Psychopath in chief? Yeah, that's me. I'm all about hypocrisy. Disciples lured through dishonesty. Ginned on fear, insecurities. 3 cheers for hate and bigotry. It's us or them. They're the enemy. If you play nice, it's amnesty. If you don't, it'll be misery. Silence shows your complicity. Who's guilty? No, not me. I'll never take responsibility. These laws don't apply to me. I create my own legitimacy. Leadership through brutality.
It's our duty to speak out against the evil and the cruelty. Unless we speak out, unless we give voice to the decent impulses of mankind, a kind of moral atrophy sets in, and we too may ultimately lose faith in the appeal and the power of our convictions. It's our duty to speak out, to speak out, to speak out.
Autocracy or democracy. Autocracy or democracy. Choose your own ideology. It's all for one or all for we. Who do we wanna be?
Who do we wanna be? Who do we wanna be? Who do we wanna be? Who do we wanna be?
On you depend the fortunes of America. You are to decide the important question upon which rests the happiness and the liberty of millions yet unborn. So let us ask ourselves, what kind of people do we think we are? Act worthy. We recognize that for freedom to survive and prosper, it must be engraved in our character, so that when confronted with fundamental choices, we will do what is right, because that is our way. You and I live at a turning point, and when good and decent people can unite to bring about a new and more hopeful life for future generations. We must not underestimate the task that we face.
Vote for decency. Vote for honesty. Vote for policy. Vote integrity. Vote morality. Vote humanity. Vote for you, me, and me.
Reminding us of how important it is to remain true to our ideals as individuals and as a nation. For Americans, our traditions, our values are not like the ideology and war machine of totalitarian societies, just a facade of strength. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. Tonight, let us pledge that we will never shut our eyes, never refuse to acknowledge the truth. The good news is that something is being done about this, because the people of America have said enough already. We will do what is right. Do what is right, because that is our way. And after all, why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans. Win one for the Gipper.